LOF.
Time to bring it.
Yo, what up?
What up? Who's this?
Yo.
What's going on, bro?
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? Who's
That's
that?
the one and only. That's the one and only Latif Mercado. Latif Mercado, everyone.
What's happening, bro?
What's going on, my dude? How you feeling today, brother?
I'm good, man. You guys are up pretty early.
All right. Yeah, it's a wake up morning show, brother. Wake up hype, you know?
I hear you.
It's the wake up hype morning show every Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 p.m. You know what I'm saying? You know, we up in here.
Well, congrats on the new
So
show, fellas.
Thanks a lot, my brother. So let's start by informing everybody of who you are, what your company does, and who you working with.
Primarily, I am a booking agent. That's my main bread and butter. That's what I do. At the same time, I manage certain acts like Little Susie, Angel OCG, the original Cover Girls, and S.A.L. featuring Lizette Melendez. So those are my acts that I personally manage. But I represent probably 90% of the freestyle roster.
Okay. Now let's get right into the meat of everything, right? What, in your opinion, what do you think is the state of the music at this point, and what do you think is a pro, and what do you think is a con to what's going on right now?
Well, you know what? I mean, a lot of people don't see it the way I see it because I hit a lot more of the freestyle territory than many people. So I see a progression. I see how some of the markets, for instance, I just got back from San Jose this weekend. We had 2 shows. Both shows were packed. I mean, some of the people that are just in one particular market, whether it's New York or Chicago or whatever, you know, they always have a perception that the market might have declined, or the market might be stagnant, or it might be actually dying. And sometimes that's the case in just that market, and many times that's just a wave, because I can have one year where Chicago is banging, and the next year Chicago's dead, but Dallas is banging. And I've experienced this. You know, I've went through so many of these cycles for the last 20 years, just seeing how the market moves. It's like Dallas was always a #1 spot, but we haven't been to Dallas in about a year and a half. Now, let's say I'm getting all the Dallas calls are coming back in. So I see a progression, and I see the potential that the market has, and that's why I'm so, pro keeping it right. And people might take it the wrong way. They look at it differently, but in actuality, I do this for a living, and I'll be real with you. I don't want to get a regular job. I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. I appreciate it. And I appreciate a lot of the artists, even the artists that are doing stupid things. And that's that's one of the points that I get into their head. I tell them, listen, man, I said, we don't have to be living at this level. This market it's really incredible how long this has been able to sustain itself. It really is. I mean, a lot of us make a decent living doing this. And there's so much more room for new people to come in, or people who just haven't had the opportunity. Julio, you've been around for a long time, brother, and you're probably, you probably could knock out, 80% of the artists that are out there, because you have the talent, you have the skill.
I appreciate that.
To make it happen, and that's what we need. And that's some of the things that I've encouraged, and you and I have had long conversations about this, And,
we definitely have.
Yeah, so I see a very positive, thing happening within the genre. And it's been the same, This year has actually had a great kickoff for me. Last year was really good. During the holidays, everybody got slow. It was just dead, But it's just crazy how we're still hanging on by a thread. But, I do a lot of the classic hip-hop. I book all the old school dudes, Sugar Hill, I just had him in Canada. I do Rob. I do Dougie. Now I'm doing Rodney and Joe Cooley out of L.A. And these guys, believe it or not, though they work and they make good money, they don't work as much as we do. They don't have, they have the Tom Joyner cruise that goes out, and that's like the big deal for them. We have these concerts going all over the country. I mean, New York is doing, the Garden, and they're doing Radio City, and then I have concerts going on in L.A., and I have concerts going out in different parts of the country, But if you're in one area, if you're in New York, you don't see what's happening on the West Coast and vice versa. People I talk to on the West Coast have no clue what's going on the East Coast. And in their mind, this shit doesn't even exist, So I see a lot
That's what we're trying to change.
What's that?
That's what we're trying to change by having our morning show on every day. So now people from the West Coast can come in at 7 o'clock in the morning on their time and get up with it.
Of what's happening on the West Coast. Let me tell you something, man. They treat us incredible. If I don't ever do New York again, and not to diss New York, but I'm sorry, a lot of the promoters there, and I'll tell you how this came about. And any of the artists can agree. When we lost KTU, when the market died out in New York and KTU basically turned their back, we were dead in New York. We had nothing going on. But we all lived there. We all lived in New York, and we all lived in New Jersey. We were all in the tri-state area. We depended on KTU to keep us going so that way we could continue to do shows. And as it started to die down, the promoters took that for, they took advantage of that. And I used to see it happen all the time. I mean, I remember when, acts were going out there doing $300 shows, $500 shows. And the mentality that they had was, hey, man, it's better than getting a job. I could come out to, Club Bliss, twice a month and make a G. That's better than working at McDonald's. So the promoters, this was just like happening. This was happening everywhere. And unfortunately, a lot of the managers were taking advantage of this. A lot of the other agents were taking advantage of this. And it just got so bad. And then it got to a point when the market rebounded and you went to these promoters and you asked them for some real money, they got insulted. And they told you, hey, man, I've been supporting you for the last few years. You were coming in here doing shows for $300. You was taking the train in. I was giving you a fruit platter, and you was taking it home to your family, And, this is what they were saying. And so the promoters were getting insulted, and they didn't want to book anymore, Yet, when this happened, we took little Susie to the West Coast, and we took her to Dallas, and we took her to New Mexico, and we took her to Arizona, and we started to bang that area. We started to really promote that area, and this was basically new music to them. They were new artists, and we were able to maintain a decent fee for the acts, and the quality of the shows were incredible. I mean, the accommodations, it was always, comfortable flights. It was always nice hotel. It was always decent money. Cool limo picked us up. So the respect was there, and that's what I saw. And when I was out there doing those shows, a lot of the promoters, and that was the benefit with me, as an agent, I traveled. I did, I've been with Susie 25 years. So I did all these markets. So the promoters would come to me and they would say, yo, this was a great show. This place was packed. Who else do you have? I said, well, I have everybody, really. I got access to everybody. At that point, I was actually booking shows and not even taking a commission. I was sending Kay out there. And I was sending Lisa out there, and I was sending Stevie out there. These are people that I met over on the road, and I was able to go to, my contacts were hitting me up, and I was going back, and I just loved the fact that I was able to get these people work. I was working at Metropolitan at that time, and then I realized that I forgot who brought it up. Somebody brought it up that I can actually make a living doing this, and that's when I started charging commissions, and it was incredible. I mean, the money was coming in. It was crazy. I used to get FedEx checks coming to Metropolitan so often that my boss Jerry wanted to work a deal so he could come in on it with me. You know what I mean? And then I got a phone call one day, and it was funny because they put me on a three-way. It was me, Sal Vitello, and Michael Swagger. He was at Pyramid at that time. So this is strange. I know both guys, and they get me on a three-way, and they tell me, so we talked for a minute and said, listen, we have a little problem. I said, what is it? They said, well, you're sending the acts to California, to Texas, and you're getting them $2,000, $2,500. I say, yeah. See, I was proud to get the acts money, good money. I like that. That was, yeah, I used to feel proud about that, and I had a reputation for that. I've had Cynthia one time tell me, yeah, you're the only one that gets me that amount. So I like that. It was a kind of little pat on the back for me, and of course the commission was a little bigger, you know. So they hit me up and they said, listen, you need to stop that. I said, why do I need to stop that? What's up? They said, well, they're coming back to New York and they're now demanding that same money, and they're not going to get it. I'm like, why not? I said, they're incredible acts. Yeah, but that's just not the way it works. There's no support system here. And they went back and forth. And I couldn't fold into that. I couldn't now go and drop down and start sending acts on the road for $700. So, of course, you know, we stopped the conversation. We ended the conversation, and I got a call back maybe about an hour later from S.A.L, my boy S.A.L. S.A.L calls me up, and he says, listen, he goes, why don't we do this? You could get $2,000 for this act. I could get that act for $750. Why don't you do this? Why don't you call me? Give me the $2,000. We'll do a buy-sell contract. I'll sell it to the artist for $750. You and I can split the rest plus the commission. Now, most people, that's a sweet deal. I could.
Wait. Who said that?
I could have made a killing on this. And, you know, of course, I declined. And I declined because I was pretty new in the area, and I was just getting a buzz. And I had a great job. So, I mean, Metro was paying me like $1,200 a week, plus what I made on the weekends. So I was getting paid. I was making, so it wasn't a money issue, and it still isn't. It's never been a money issue for me. And I declined, and at that point, that's when a lot of my relationships went south, you know, because I just wasn't
So do you imagine
down.
that practice, do you imagine that practice is still happening right now?
Absolutely.
With the buy and sells behind the artist's back?
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. When I do a buy and sell, if you book an act for me who's solid on a price, okay? If I'm booking the acts, let's say my acts, I book 99.9% of their show. So I'm not going to split a commission with you. You're going to have to add your money on top. But I'm going to let my artists know, and I'm going to let any artist know, because I do get buy and sells. I do get promoters that, other agents that might call me and say, can you get me this? And I'm like, cool, okay, this is what they're going to cost. I'm going to get from that. And keep in mind, I'm only 10%. And really, there's like no agents that charge 10% anymore. Everybody's 15%.
Yeah, that standard went up.
I just found
Track Central booking has started the 15% thing.
Yeah, I have to sit back and say, damn, man, what the hell am I doing? Should I be going up at 15%? My wife was like, that's not you. You 10%, stick with your 10%. She was right, you know? So I stick with the 10%. I'm cool, and I'm comfortable with that. And if I get a buy and sell, I always let the artist know. I tell them, listen, somebody's coming in, they're going to buy this for me at full price. They're going to add on top, so you're going to see it in the contract. So I make sure it's wide open. Everybody knows what the deal is. And besides, that's their account. That's their promoter. So if anything, they're upping their artists. I mean, their promoter. You know, so that's what was going on. It's still happening now today. It's still I see it. I hear it. It's a huge unfortunate, because a lot of the artists are struggling, man. I know. I get the emails.
Is there a way the artist can find out what the original price was for their show? Can they ever find that out? The one that doesn't go on the track writer, or the one that doesn't go on the contract?
Wait, I'm sorry, Ty. Repeat that. What was that?
Is there a way that the artist can actually find out the original price for their shows these days? Can they find out if they've been bought?
Yeah, you know, somebody's going to open their mouth. Some artists don't care as long as they're getting, you know, their money. But you know, this is the thing about, you know, a lot of the artists think it works. They think the best deal is to be a free agent. And if you look at any of the artists that are actually making money, decent money, they're not free agents. And the reason for that is, if you want one of my acts, you know who to call. If you have to shop around, put it this way, just as easy as it is for me to sell an act it's just as easy for me to unsell an act. So if someone calls me for whoever, Johnny O, and I don't feel like selling Johnny O that day, guess what? Johnny O's not going to get that show. Trust me, he won't get that show. Someone else will. I might send it to George. I know who's compatible to Johnny, and I know who else they might want to roll with. So he might get that show. He might be my favorite that day. Have I done it? Absolutely, I've done it. There's some artists that get on my damn nerves, But, then they are, but if the promoters call me for a particular act, my goal is always to service that promoter for who they ask, who they ask for. Just because they call me for Cynthia, I never throw my girls in front of that. I always try to service them for who they want. There's very few acts. I don't even think I have any acts at this point who I'll bump. I don't have any. So if I get a call for them, I'll service it. But that's the key to trying to know if you're really getting the right money. So if you have a free agent, and if you're a free agent, you're getting all these different promoter agents bidding for you. Guess who's going to get the bid? The one who can bring the promoter you for the cheapest. So that's who's going to win that bid.
That's true.
So it's going to be like whoever's going to come to, who's going to come to the goods. I get that all the time. I get people that call me, and I pitch the act for the price that they're asking me, and then I realize I don't get a call back. So I hit up the promoter. These are usually new promoters. My regulars, and I have about 40 of them, they're good. They trust me. I always look out for them. I'm never trying to up a price. I don't try to bring the artist so low that it's unfair to them. And I don't try to bring them up too high where it's a diss to the promoter. I try to keep consistent prices. And I tell artists this all the time, because when an artist comes to me, one of the first things I ask them is, so what are you asking? And the magic number is always 3,500. Oh, 3,500. This person hasn't been in the market for 10 years, and she got 2 songs, and his show's really whack. So 3,500. And the way I approach that usually is I'll go to them. I'll say, okay, 3,500. So if the promoter offers me 2,500, can I turn it down? So right away, oh, no, I don't turn it down, man. That's 2,500. Call me first. I say, okay, all right, call you. So you'll consider 25. Yeah. All right, well, then you're not a $3,500 artist if you're willing to consider 2,500. They say, yeah, but 2,500, that's good money. I say, okay, cool, 2,500. And if they call me for 1,500, can I just turn it down? I don't know, man, call me first, man. Let's see what it's about, I said, okay, so you're willing to take 1,500. Yeah, but, it's still good money, but I need to know the size of the venue, and I wind up, and using that method, I usually come to that turn down point, and that's what I look for in an artist. I look for that part, that number where they're going to say, yo, I can't go no lower than this. And that's the number that I would present to the promoter. Now, a lot of times I might be able to up it about $500 because I think it's fair. I'll know more or less what an artist. I could usually look at an artist, know the artist, know more or less, because I use the other artists as measuring sticks, know more or less, how much they're worth, and is it a fair deal for the promoter? So the good deal is when both parties come out happy. If you have the artist happy but your promoter's pissed, you screwed up that deal. And if you have, the promoter happy and the artist upset, you screwed up that deal. So you got to create the deal so that way everyone is happy. And that's what's going to make a successful event. And I think that's one of the...
And that's hard. That's normally hard to do, isn't it?
That I've had, because from the thousands of shows I've booked, thank God, I've never had an issue. And I don't think you can find one...
Isn't that hard to do, though?
What's that?
Sometimes, at times that could be very hard to do, though, satisfying everybody in a deal such as bookings. Unless they stick to their set price, you think?
You know what? It depends who you're dealing with. If you're I deal with a lot of new promoters. You guys be surprised at how many new promoters. I mean, right now my roster is probably, I probably have a clientele of about 15 promoters that are brand new. And I like when they call me first, because when they call me first, I can nurture them, and I could give them a certain appreciation for the market. I talk to them about these artists and how we want to treat them. All of my artists, when they're on the road, they get paid in the hotel. I don't pick up money at clubs. And I do this because I don't want any problems. I don't want the artist to get to the club and all of a sudden there's 5 people and then the promoter doesn't want to pay. So, and I tell the promoters this. I said, you know, I make sure everything is set up. I know what both parties are asking. It's like Stevie B. Stevie B, I got him 2 shows this week. I got him April 5th in Providence, Rhode Island. I just got him March 9th in San Antonio, Texas. Now, Stevie, the king of freestyle, he's an incredible artist, and he has a huge draw. But with those draws comes a hefty price and a crazy writer and certain things that he will and will not do. Now, as an agent, I make a decent commission from Stevie. You know, what I make in one show with Stevie, it takes some of these people a month to make at their job. So, but I know everything he asked for. And Stevie has done tons of shows for me, never had an issue. I know exactly what this brother wants. So when I talk to these promoters, I lay it out. And I lay it out to the point where I risk losing the show. But I'd rather risk losing the show than the artist get to the venue and all of a sudden all hell breaks out because everything was out on the table. There's a lot of agents that will hide that shit. They'll say, well, yeah, no, well, will Stevie do this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll do that. Oh, will he be cool staying here? Oh, yeah, he'll be cool staying there. And then comes showtime, he gets over there, and now this show's not going to happen until these things are corrected. And that's what creates this thing. And these agents do it because they're looking at their commission. They're like, oh, man, I can't blow this. Okay. Me, I've blown it a few times because I knew that by the time the act got to that location, there was going to be drama, and I didn't want it to be during my shift, you know? So.
Right. I have a couple of questions, though. So is Stevie exclusive to you?
No. I don't do exclusivity. I have my girls. You know, and the reason why I don't do exclusivity, he takes a lot of my shows. I communicate with him direct or through Gary. We've been doing it for years. A lot of acts I won't take exclusivity. You know, I'll tell you, not to diss anybody, but a lot of people, you know, this is hard, man. And a lot of people try to, you know, pay bills and try to raise their family with the money here. And I've seen artists where if you're their manager or you're their agent and the shows aren't coming in the way they want, they're looking at you to help them pay some rent. And they're looking at you to help them pay for some food, some groceries. And, you know, what I tell them at that point is, yo, get a job, honestly. Get yourself a 9-to-5 and just don't work on the weekends. Tell them you can't work on weekends. But get yourself a job. Some of the acts that won't get jobs, now the ones that are making a decent living, and I know who they are, Ty, you know who they are, they don't need jobs. They're self-sufficient. They can sustain themselves. But then there are others who refuse to get a job. So what happens is if I put them on, and I got to hustle, man. I got to sell. And it's a hard sell. I got a lot of acts that I got to, I got to pitch out there. And if it doesn't sell, they'll call me. Hey, man, I got rent coming up, man. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. You might have to, front me some cash for the next show. I say, I can't promise you a next show. So I stay away from the exclusivities, I don't have that. I don't want to put that kind of time into any particular act at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, my other question was going to be, is Susie's exclusive to you, correct?
She's exclusive.
Little Susie?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Susie
there's people, there are,
the cover girls, the original cover girls,
right.
And I have all 4, which is Angel, Caroline, Margot, and Sunshine, as well as S.A.L, which I created in 2004, which is Susie, Angel, and Lizette Melendez. Those I don't have Lizette exclusive on a solo tip, but I have her exclusive with S.A.L.
Okay. There's people that I've been seeing people testify saying that she's lost a lot of money because of the fact that she's only exclusive to you. What do you say to that?
Even if she lost a lot of money, she's making more money than most of the people, and definitely a lot more money than anyone saying that. So we all lose money. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. Who knows? She's been with me 25 years. I think I did a pretty good job. Susie's probably the highest female paid that goes out there between her and Lisa. There's really nobody making that kind of money and hitting those kind of markets. You know?
Do you think that do you think there could ever be a way that she can actually participate in more of the shows, like the Radio City Music Hall show and places like that?
You know
eventually,
what?
Is there a way that can ever come happen?
You know, you guys all know. I mean, that would be lovely, but you know, you guys know who's behind the scenes on those, and them and myself, we don't see eye to eye. And those are cool. They're that's our hometown. It would have been nice. I think it's more of a injustice to the fans. It's not really an injustice to us. You know, we would like to have done it because of the venues that they were, but at the same time, you know, I was a little disappointed in the productions put in those. I mean, come on, you got a wonderful freaking historic venue, and all you're doing is basically a nightclub sort of production. You know, I mean, really, no one was able to do what I did for the Freestyle Music Awards. Right? The FMAs. I mean, I had a 17-piece orchestra. I had a laser light show. I had 16 limos and 32 police escorts on motorcycles. I had red carpets. I had $600 trophies made. I mean, you know, I went all out, and that was $1 million production. And that wasn't for the fans. That was for the artists. Ty, were you there? Kay was there, but were you there?
I didn't get to go. I didn't get to go to the awards. I didn't get to go.
I was there.
Who was there?
Yeah.
Lex. What's up?
DJ Lex. He lived in Miami at the time. He was there.
What's up, Lex? I didn't know you were there, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Lex, you were there, bro. What do you think, man? How was that? How was that event?
It was nice. The way it was set up, really nice.
Did it look like it was done for freaking $1,000, bro?
Nah, it looked like it was more. It looked like the way the setup.
I'm pretty sure the Radio City Music Hall venue is going to be turned up. I'm pretty sure, because it's not just S.A.L who's a part of it. Adam Torres is a part of that. Adam Torres goes hard. He's going to turn it up.
He does.
And that's what I mean. Like maybe
hard on the pocket. You see, this is the deal. When I did the Freestyle Music Awards, okay, the promoter told me, yeah, I'm going to give you, besides everything else, I'm going to give you 10 G's for your pocket. I'm going to give you 10 G's for your pocket, just for setting everything up. I turned it down. I said, Lily, do me a favor. Take the 10 G's and let's get this done. And that's when we got the tent. I don't know, Lex, remember the tent?
I remember.
Okay, the tent looked like a freaking house with chandeliers inside the tent.
It did.
And then we hired Cuban cigar rollers on the side. I mean, that's what I wanted. This is what I was trying to do for the genre. When I told the acts, when you look at Madison Square Garden, you look at Radio City Music Hall, they're going up there and doing the same exact shows that they do everywhere else. And I think that's where they're screwing up. And that's where they need to fix it. When we did the FMAs, the first thing I did when I called every single artist, I said, this is the deal. Please do not give me the same show that you've been giving people for the last 20 years. Give me something different. I don't want to hear Show Me by Angel. I don't want to hear Take Me in Your Arms, by Susie. I don't want, I want to, and if you want to do the same songs, which Kay did, the same song Coral did, give me something a little different. Kay, we went up there, we brought him up a 50-piece marching band. Alex, was that hot or what?
Yeah, it was hot. It was nice.
That was
done,
dope.
Man.
The 50-piece marching band. Is Adam Torres doing that? When Angel performed, we didn't.
But that's not sustainable. I don't think that's sustainable though. That kind of budget, that to do that over and over again is not sustainable. And I think, but by the fact that you've only had one FMA award show, or maybe two, I'm not even sure, that they're keeping on doing it because they're able to sustain with the budget that they're going on. They're able to do the Garden, do it down there in the big arena in Florida, Radio City Music Hall, Foxwoods.
I own all
say again?
The footage. I have the footage here. 62 DVDs. Okay. I own it. I have it here. Okay? The thing was, and we had HD cameras. The thing was, we were going to get this sold to the networks so we can get it broadcast. From there, we were going to shop sponsors. This was going to be a totally sponsored event. And then eventually, if it's big enough, we're going to up the prices. Now, the prices, what we wanted to like the Grammys. When you see the Grammys, you only see the rich fans. But the Grammys are packed with the artists. That was the whole concept here. The concept was let me tell you, when we made the trophy, when we made the FMA award, is the same exact factory that makes the Tony Awards. It's in Glendale, California. So we were trying to follow the structure of some of these events. And I had an investor who was there for me, who was going to, give me whatever I needed to make this thing work and to really kick it off. The problem happened, and it's unfortunate because it happens a lot within the freestyle genre in general, and unfortunately with the Latinos in particular, the jealousy, man. People started going to my investor and tapping my investor and saying, they saw how much money she was putting up. They said, man, you need to invest in me. This artist would tell me, because she was telling me, They said, you need to invest in me. I could do this and I could do that, and we could get rich and we could do that. So she wasn't interested. Plus, she was already talking and we were already in plans. Put it this way, I made enough trophies for 3 awards. We only gave out 25.
So, when's the next FMAs?
Yeah.
When is going to be the next Freestyle Music Awards?
I can't until I get another investor. Let me get to where I'm going here. When the promoter, when the artist approached my investor to help them with their careers, she was too focused on getting the 2009 Freestyle Music Awards in action, because we were already, the day after we were going to do the awards, that we did the awards, we were already setting up for the next one. And it was going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we already had sponsors lining up. I mean, it was going to be incredible. But the only way for some of these artists to take the investor's mind off of me and this project is I had to be belittled. I had to be tarnished. They had to do something to make me undesirable, make me untrustworthy. And it was really strange that she actually went with it, because she just offered me 10 G's and I turned it down. I mean, that alone is going to tell me something. I'll be like, okay, And that's what happened. And next thing you know is she was basically surrounded by these people. And they basically ate her alive, man, and they freaking drained her. And I felt bad. At the same time, I didn't feel bad, because I was like, well, I gave you never any reason to doubt me, and you went for it. So you're on your own, I get calls all the time now. I got some of my promoters, and trust me, I deal with really, really wealthy promoters around the country, and they're all asking me, yo, I want to do one of those awards. How much did that cost? I told them, man, I said, it was close to $1 million. It was like $890,000. That was what the budget was. I said, they said, wow, so I have the opportunity to redo it, to make it happen again. It's just the support was not there. It's like the artist couldn't see the big picture. All they saw was, oh, man, you got your logo on the trophy. Yeah, so can I have at least that? I mean, the Tony's Award is named after Tony. The Grammys are named after Graham Bell, and the Emmys are named after Emerson. I can't have this. I created it, But it was too much, man, for a lot of acts. They couldn't absorb that. It was just too much for them to eat, So I said, you know what? If I never do one again, I'm blessed to have done this one, and to this day, it goes down in history.
But even at that, this is now. Let me put my little 2 cents in. Why do another freestyle award show when what's the premise of that? Are they going to be given the same awards for the same music and the same songs? Because it's all old school shit.
What we were doing.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing new.
But let me tell you, I know where you're going with this. What we were doing with the initial awards is my goal was eventually to get a trophy into every artist who participated in this market and sustained it for the last 20 years. Okay? So that was the name, that was the plan with these trophies. Now, if you see those trophies there's alloy, they're silver. The second set that we had, the second 75 that we were purchasing, they had a blue tint on them. And those, we were going to start doing categories. That's where we were starting to break it up. Because what we were trying to do with this is we were trying to encourage people to now come up with some new music. And what was so good is, let's say, Julio, you got One Last Wish, incredible record. Okay? This would have been a place that we would give you that huge exposure, because we are so receptive. You see, a lot of these venues, they don't want new stuff. If you're not singing the classics, you out. So we wanted that.
Right.
We wanted to encourage you to come out with your new stuff, because this is the only way it was going to happen. And we wanted to award you, and we wanted to make a big deal and make fireworks over this thing, and this is what was going to help the genre. So in time, we would eventually, now we'll say, okay, guys, we're doing a video category. We're telling you this the day after the awards. So now what you're going to do is I'm going to get the best video happening for the next award. And then come the next award, I got, 20, 30 videos that we're showing. And we're going to, and what we're doing is we're challenging each other. And it's considered, constructive competition. We're challenging
You know what, man?
To be better.
I think that's a good idea. And I think that it could be a uniting tool, and I think could be actually a catalyst for trying to unite. So no matter what, getting above the personal differences that everybody has, getting the business straightened out and getting people correct so we can get all that going, because we need that. I mean, the music needs that. It needs the encouragement of trying to stay creative. That's what and it needs that so that'll be the only way that things can evolve. And
yeah, but that's past tense.
My point.
But
that was my point with the Freestyle Music Awards, with the actual performances. And like I said, if you saw Kay go up there with 50-piece marching band. We had Angel in a nightgown, had Cito from Pain tied down to a bed. She sang "Don't Tell Me Till Tomorrow." I had Lil Susie sing "I Still Love You" in Spanish. I had Raquel with a guitar. I had Freestyle, the group Freestyle from Miami. I had them in scientist uniforms with these black lights, and I did this so that way everybody can see this, and the next year everybody's gonna be like, yo, I want to top last year. So we would challenge it, and we covered all the props. So if you called us and said, yo, I need a helicopter, we're gonna try to figure out how to get that damn helicopter on the stage for you. And that's how we were doing this, And that was where the money was going. The money wasn't going in pockets, They were going back into this project. Eventually, yeah, we would love to make some money from it because it takes so much time. I'm talking about this is a project takes a whole year to work. This isn't something I could do in a week or 2 weeks, not to do it at the extent. I had Giuseppe D score all the songs. Hey, Lex, how was that orchestra, man?
No, it was really well done. They did the melodies, all the freestyle melodies, that orchestra.
As soon as now everybody was telling me, well, why don't you just get a band or we get a salsa band? I said, nah, bro. This is I'm trying to take us up a notch. I hired a 17-piece orchestra. Okay, before that, I had to get the freaking songs scored, which cost me another $4,000. Giuseppe came in and he did the intros to X amount of songs. And then what we did is whenever someone got presented the award, as they walked up onto the stage, the orchestra played their song. Yo, I'm telling you, when they played, your hair stood up, man. We opened the show with Promise Me by the Cover Girls. Just the music with a laser light show going up over the stage to the orchestra. Lex, tell me, man, was that hot?
Yeah, it was. It was really well
I'm telling
done.
you, people's eyes were getting teary. This is what I was trying to do for the genre, man. But people were so used to being screwed that you can't do something nice or you can't do something positive because right away they think there's a motive behind it. And there probably is with a lot of people, not with me. It's never been, I put a cologne out during that time. That cologne cost me, no one else, my pocket, $23,000. I paid for it. It's called Freestyle. What's it called, Latif? It's called Freestyle by La. And I did this because the hip-hop market has it. And I told the people, I said, listen, I'm going to send you guys a case. You can sell them. These were $35 bottles of cologne. These were made top of the line, okay? I have the patent and everything. It cost me a lot of money. Beautiful black boxes. I said, you guys take it to your shows, get a silver pen, autograph the box, sell them, give them away. Doesn't matter. But I need you guys to promote them. I need you artists to hold it up and take a picture. I need you guys to talk about it. I need you guys to wear it. And then from there, every single one of you artists can go and do your own line. I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you what I did. I opened the door, but they couldn't do it, man. There was too much on their pride. There was too much in their head saying, man, and because that's what I used to hear, oh, yeah, I always wanted to do that. So because they always wanted to do it, and I got it first, they didn't like that. And that's a sad situation. See, I'm a cheerleader, man. If you're doing the right thing, even if I hate you, if you're doing the right thing, man, I'm going to cheer you on. That's just me, because deep down inside, I know if I don't, it's bad. And I don't want to have that bottled up, you know? So I cheer. Even all these events that we don't do, the Madison Square Garden, that's cool. Trust me, I still cheer them on. You will not see me say anything unless they're putting these phony acts. Just take them off. You don't need to call my acts in, but take those off. Don't do that to the fans. Don't let the fans take pictures, and 30 years from now, that's who they're seeing on stage. That's not cool. It's an injustice to the fans. Wait till the artist die. When the artist died, then we have no choice but to do that, you know? So, and the same thing with my book. I've sold more books than people are selling records. I sold 57,000 books, 57,000. And guess what I told the artist? Yo, which one of you want to put out a book? I'm not going to write it for you, but when you're done with it, I'll show you what to do from that point on. No strings attached. Why? Because this is what we need. You know how many emails I got that from fans telling me, you know, some of the biggest readers of urban books are black women. You know how many black women are emailing me and saying, yeah, I had no idea what freestyle was. After I read your book, I went and looked around, and I didn't realize this was freestyle. You know, it worked for the genre. And people don't see it. It just shows me how little their brain is. It shows me how blurred their vision is, and they're their own worst enemy, you know? So these were always my intentions, was always for the genre. It wasn't for me. I put a Kindle out for 99 cents. How rich you think I'm going to get? By the time Amazon takes their money, I got 35 cents. But that wasn't my point. My point was, I need the readers, man. We need the readers, you know? And we got a lot of lovers, you know.
I think there's
what was that?
I think there's a few key ingredients on why, you know, I say our music is where it's at right now. I mean, even, you know, from the beginning of it all, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's not just about you. I don't think it's not just about S.A.L. I don't think it's not just about all the drama. I think it is all the fucking drama.
But there's some of us that have a responsibility. You know, there's some of us that have a responsibility to this genre, man. You know, and I think listen, I'm open. I don't have no animosity. When I put the original Cover Girls back together, okay, I haven't spoken to S.A.L. in about 10 years. I'm talking about face-to-face. We've emailed each other because I did the Coney Island show last year. And I knew Cynthia was in town, and I called him. I said, listen, man. I sent him a text. I said, let's get Cynthia over there, and let's get Noel. Now, I can get both those acts direct. But I had him, you know, I went through him. I'm always trying to make it cool. I'm always trying to make it peace. I put Speedy on, who talks a lot of crap, gave him a G, which I don't think he's seen a G in I don't know how long, because I know he only gets $200 a show. And then S.A.L. went over there and he checked on the event. I was actually at the pool. I was here, and he texted me and said how it looks. He said, a little ghetto, but it's good, and place is packed. And so it was a good report. Then I hit him up. I said, listen, man, heads up. I got the original Covers Girls together. Come on down with me, man. Let's do this together. I said, oh, you don't even have to do anything. You sit back and collect the check. Let's do this. You're getting older. You started this group. I don't take that from you. You know, but don't go out like this. Don't go out there. You know, you need some pictures with these girls, man, that you put together. I said, so come on, let's get down. And I wrote him, and I swear, I thought the email to follow was going to be like, okay, where do we start? The email didn't come like that. The email was like, I can't do that. Evelyn has been loyal to me for 10 years. I said, cool, and you've been loyal to her because you paid her. But what about the fans? What about the loyalty to the fans? What about them? And it was.
Do you believe in products, right? Like the La perfume, correct? Like your book, correct?
Yes.
Well, it happens all the time. Whether it be Charmin, be it all brands, eventually things get rebranded. And with the passing of time, and then it doesn't necessarily take away anything that the original Cover Girls did. It's just a branding exercise that went on, and like you said, the last 10 or whatever so years, that those employees of that brand were absent from it. So, you know what I mean? So, and then this normally happens in all business practices when employees walk away, or original owners, like just like that Facebook owner, Mark Zuckerberg's partner, who got fired. You know, he's still getting a check. You understand? But it's like things they go awry, or people walk.
I understand where you're going, but it doesn't really apply, and I'll tell you why. The cover girls, the original cover girls, had lots of albums. I'm talking about the hits. I'm not talking about Don't Stop Now. Nobody likes that record. So that record's whack. Nobody's talking about Wishing on a Star because we never get a request for it. And Funk Boutique was Debbie Cole. So it wasn't even, that girl wasn't even involved in that. So now, you got all these album covers, and of course you have the originals. You got Angel, Caroline, Margot, Sunshine.
Can I ask you a question? Was it Angel? Did Angel come 6 months after?
Wait, let me talk. They're coming into the clubs with these albums, with these pictures, with all this memorabilia, and they're going to bring it to Evelyn. Should she sign it?
Should she sign a cover, a picture that she's not on?
Yeah, I mean, those are the records. Show me, because of you, all those covers, she's not on them. Should she sign those album covers?
That's a sticky question.
There you go.
And I guess that's up to the. And honestly, I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be 1,000% real. Like when I used to run with Kay and everything, we used to have promo pictures with me not on it as well, but I would sign on the side because they would ask who I was, and I would let them know who I was. But I would sign my name. Feel me?
But wait a minute though. I mean, in respect to in respect to the whole situation though, my thing about it is okay, they might not be the original cover girls, but at the same time, they're doing cover shit. You know what I'm saying? They're doing cover shit, so of course they're not gonna sign. They can't. That shit would look stupid as hell for anybody to sign an album or a picture where they're not on it. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just. I guess that's just one of those questions. Like, yeah, of course not. They're not gonna do it. But at the same time, it's like it's like.
Has it been done? I mean, what made you ask that question? Has it been done?
There's not even a debate on it. I mean, it's a debate on people who are down with S.A.L, so they want to listen to it because he might get them some work. But the morality of it, and most of the people who you tend to speak up, pro phony girls, they go home and I know they kick themselves, and I know deep down inside they don't feel anything the way they speak. It's all a front because they're trying to be cool, and that's cool for them. But
okay, I asked you a couple of questions though.
At the end of the day, I got cover girl shows with the originals. So who's getting jerked? Because I'm bringing my originals to California, to Texas, to Chicago. I'm taking my original cover girls all over the country, except New York. You know why?
So what's the problem?
Because S.A.L has the phony girls in New York. So there you go, New York. This is what your man who's representing freestyle in your town, this is what he's bringing you. I put Tony, A.B., and Angel out there. Okay? All original members. All original members.
That's another sticky situation,
I'm just saying,
I think.
So, these are the people I represent. Okay, it's minus K, and that's a sad situation. It's the sad situation.
Yeah, because he sung like 11. He sung lead on 11 of their 14 greatest hits.
It's not
that is a sad situation.
What they call Milli Vanilli. Okay, check this out. Apparently, didn't sing anything. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, they are.
You're right about that. And
they are still the group. They're still Milli Vanilli. They're still the group. So the thing is, it's what.
And once people find out who they were, once people find out who they were no more.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's not
that way, but I don't look at it that way. Because, back in the days, if you guys remember, if anybody knows the history of music, back in the days, they didn't want to show black women or black men singing. So a lot of times they used to put them in the studio, and they used to get a white person to go and front a lot of those songs. Yeah. Am I right?
Exactly.
So this has been going on for a very long time, and how you look at it, it's like an actor. You know, you have an actor who's, portraying to be.
I'm trying to tell you, just
top,
see, but you just
really
proving my
top,
point. How can K not be? How can K be a phony when he sang lead on 11 of 20 or 14
K's not
songs?
A phony. K's not a phony.
I was making sure because when you said the phony things, I was making sure he wasn't a part of that.
About K.
Okay, cool.
K is probably one of the most incredible artists in this whole genre. Not only that, he's one of the smartest ones that I've ever met. The fact that he was able to take TKA and then go and create K7 and blow it up. Really, I was a K7
bigger
fan.
than any TKA things he's did, yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
he touches, it's gold. So when he makes these kind of decisions, it baffles me. It's like, yo, is this really you?
What decision? To secure his legacy?
Not only that.
That's a bad decision. Wouldn't you? Let me tell you something. If the tables was turned and Cover Girls was up for grab, you wouldn't take Angel and go secure her legacy? Because she sang lead on 7 of their 14 greatest hits.
Let me tell you something. I did a show with Angel by herself in California. Okay, this is a while ago, maybe about 6 years ago, all right? No, it's actually longer than that because it's probably about almost 10 years ago. So the promoter asked me, he said, hey, man, do you have like 2 girls to dance with? I'm like, no. I said, we're just doing Angel, original Cover Girl by herself. She's the lead. She sang everything. We'll do that. Yeah, but I think it might look better if we put 2. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I said, it's not the Cover Girls without the originals. I said, I can't do that. It's 10 years ago, okay? All right? We get to the club, okay? As we're walking down the hall, I noticed 2 girls in, like, sexy outfits following us. And I looked back and I asked the promoter, I said, who's that? He said, oh, man, they're just going to kind of, go up on the stage and, dance behind. I said, yo, if they get on the stage, I'll stop the music. So what he was trying to do, because he was promoting them as the Cover Girl. So now he basically shot himself in the foot. So Angel went on. She did her show. She rocked the house. People loved it. And then she made an announcement, and she let them know the deal. And then it came to the point where I had to send out videos and songs, and I had to connect. It wasn't an easy task to go and pull her out of a group because it was never Angel and the Cover Girls. It was the Cover Girls. So her name was non-existent. I had to recreate that name.
Right, but then,
that was a big, big job, and I was able to do it because Angel right now, her solo shows are basically as much as any other solo artist who's been doing solo stuff their entire career. So, I was able to do that.
Why did she quit the group, Latif?
I could have gotten decent money and put 2 girls and called them the Cover Girls because the legality, S.A.L would never be able to touch me. I knew that. He knew that. I could have put them up there, but I didn't want to do that because it was deceptive, and I didn't think it was right to the fans. And I didn't think it was right to Angel, and, of course, I didn't think it was right to the girls. And I told her the day that
Latif,
we're in touch.
Latif, Ty just asked a question. Ty just asked another question.
What's that?
I said, why did she quit the Cover Girls?
She was fired from the Cover Girls.
Why did she got fired from the Cover Girls?
Yeah, she was fired. Yeah, she was on her way to the airport.
Why did she get fired?
But next time you guys have your interview with her, you guys can ask her that because that's a whole story. Plus, there's videos all over the place about that. We have a video. I'll send it to you, Ty, and I'll put it on your page or something. You'll see what I mean. She was fired on her way to the airport, and they told her to go home. So, and that was it. And the other girls rehearsed. So it was. That's how that was. And whether she fired, quit, and honestly, who's gonna admit that they were fired? That's a little humiliating. Most people say, yeah, I quit. Right. I quit that job. I had another job. People, that's what they say, even if they were fired. Nobody wants to ever admit they're fired. So for her to admit that.
But wasn't she hired for the job as well?
Retire. It doesn't matter. The key is at the end of the day.
But she was hired for the job as well, though, right? Originally, she replaced an original member herself, didn't she?
No.
That's not true. Yeah, I guess I remember that. I heard 7 months into the breaking of the Cover Girls. That's when she came in.
You gotta look at S.A.L Vitello. He's an idiot, and I know he's listening. So you're a fucking idiot, S.A.L. Okay? And the problem is people are listening to the idiot. And the thing is, the idiot is doing the same thing he's been doing for 25 years. There's no progression in his career. His career he's just rolling with the times right now. There is no progression. He's got nothing else happening but the same thing he's been doing. He lost his clubs. He lost his acts. He's a booking agent, man, a promoter. He's in competition with me.
S.A.L, I disagree with the idiot point of view. I think Sal's a very brilliant man at what he does.
You know
what I mean?
An idiot, you're going to come out an idiot. So you got to always use. Listen, we're grown. We have kids. So, and we're going to talk.
You're entitled to your opinion, but I want to say the Wake Up Hype Morning Show disagrees with the assertions that S.A.L. Abbatello is an idiot.
Cool.
I think Sal's a brilliant man, and he does business in a way that he seems successful, and I don't think he's struggling for it.
But you know he is.
And I mean, and you called Stevie B the king of freestyle. I make jokes. I say S.A.L's the king of freestyle.
Huh?
Say it again.
Say it again. New York loves S.A.L, and they need to cherish him. They really need to cherish him.
Well,
you know, because that's what he's about. He's New York freestyle, you know, and that's cool. And I don't take that from him.
Well, I mean, you know, I have to look. You know, okay, hold on a second.
He brings you all the original acts.
Hold on.
You know,
hold on, Latif.
What's up,
Latif? You and I, you know, I deeply respect you, and you know, you and I had many, many long conversations, and many times in these conversations, I've told you about the deep respect that I also have for S.A.L. So, I mean, this, at this point, just for everybody's understanding, this isn't, this isn't cult versus cult. See, and what I think and I feel at this point, you know, the whole.
I'm born and raised in the Bronx.
Well, no, well, this is let me get to. All right, well, let me get to my point really quick.
And
I think this right here, my brother, I think this right here, and even the shit that's going on with S.A.L, I think is so hurtful to the music, and I think that's a big reason on why our music is
it's only
going
between
nowhere.
A couple of people, and it's hurting everybody, including your artists.
It's hurting everybody.
Losing monumental amounts of money where she could be profiting from by being unified with everybody.
Think about this, my brother. Look, you know the whole drama with the cover girls. To be quite honest with you, I've had the pleasure, for everybody that knows, I've had the pleasure to have a few conversations with Angel Mercado. She is a jewel. She is a gem, and she has accomplished so much for the music and the genre in our music. You understand what I'm saying? I also have spoken to, you know, some people. I know K personally, and K is, again, he has been a very instrumental part in our music and our culture. You understand what I'm saying? These are two different sides of the fence. I'm not going to sit here and pick and choose sides. Right, but check this out. Now, let me get to, let me,
what did I tell you?
What was that?
When you were going to work with K, remember you told me you were going to do some stuff you hooked up. What did I tell you?
Oh, you said it was a good look. Huh?
I encouraged you. I told you, I said you'll be in good hands.
You absolutely did. Oh, no, you absolutely did. 100%. Now, this is now, but check it out now. Because now there's all the back and forth shit. The phony girls and the cover girls, the phony TKA versus the others.
No back and forth. It's only me doing shows.
But there is, though. See, there's no back and forth because you don't address it or entertain it. Hold on a second. You don't, my brother, listen to me. In your mind, it's not back and forth because you don't entertain it as much as, you know, anybody else. S.A.L doesn't S.A.L and the public doesn't entertain it like that either. What I'm saying is think about this. If you guys both were to stay neutral, if whatever the fuck happened, bygones be bygones, how much money do you think Lil Suzy would be making more right now?
You guys missed the whole conversation. I just told you guys that I wrote him an email. I said, I have the cover girls together. Come on and get down with me. Okay, so I did that. I did exactly what you said. Now what? What was he supposed to tell me at that point? What do you think?
Okay, then. All right, so that's a point given. All right, that's a point given. But think about this, yo. You don't only represent the cover girls. You have other key artists that are exclusive to you, and because of that backlog, they suffer the consequences as well. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, Suzy got more shows than anybody else out there.
Okay.
You kidding me?
It's closed-minded to overlook the money that Little Suzy is losing because of this riff.
They would have said, "Yo, La, I can't roll with you. You know, you ain't making me no money."
Yeah, but that's not even, look, it's not even the case of, you making anybody money. It's it's the big picture. I'm looking at it as the big picture.
No,
I'm looking at it as the big picture. You understand?
Cover girls, come on, get down. No, I can't. My loyalty to Evelyn. Okay, well, that's it, man. He answered this question. What am I going to do? I can't beg him. I'm not going to.
But I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. It could be okay. It could be that, yeah, loyalty to Evelyn. All right, loyalty to the brand of the cover girls. Because above all else, he's driven. His loyalty is driven towards the name itself. Obviously, if artists keep getting replaced in that whole group, in that section, you understand what I'm saying? As to where, okay, your loyalty is with Angel. That's understood. Move forward from that shit.
If you Google cover girls, there's a Chinese group named Cover Girls. There's an old white group, I think they're in South Dakota, named the Cover Girls. I mean, there's tons of cover girls out there. Just Google it. Google the Cover Girls or Cover Girls, and you'll see. I just think that when I saw that, that's when I knew.
I mean, my thing is, I just really think at this point that all that drama with the who did and who owns and who's this and who's that, that's being harmful for the progression.
So the better man would step up and say, "Yo, I got the originals. Come on, get down with me." Where was it? Was I the villain saying that?
No, I mean, again, everybody's entitled to their own shit. You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of people wish they could go to their own corporations and get their jobs back.
Let me ask you, Julio, by me making that point, did it look like I was trying to squash it, or was I trying to keep it going? By me making that offer. Just two answers there, bro. Two questions. Either I was trying to, by me offering him to get down with the cover girls with me, was that me trying to squash the beef or trying to keep it going? Hello?
What was the question again? I think Julio lost. Ask the question again.
Oh, you guys aren't together in one room?
No, we're not in the room.
Okay. Ty, you there?
I'm right here.
Who's there? Who am I talking to?
I'm right here. DJ Lex is here too.
I'm here too.
Okay. All right. This is the little question. This is all I'm asking. By me offering S.A.L to get down with me on the Cover Girls, was that me trying to squash the beef or trying to keep it going?
Well, it's different because it's because he owns something that you're asking him to get down with you on. So basically, you're asking him to give the job back to his 4 or 3 or 4 former employees, which is honorable on your end. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to S.A.L to make that decision for himself as well as the business owner. That's the way things go. I mean, I understand it's cold, it's hard, and it's, you know what? At the end of the day, you can say it's fucked up, but that's how business works. You know, we all get fired from jobs, and we wish we could go back and get back on.
We all do. Another call.
You know what I mean? And it's always up to.
For S.A.L to kick out the girls that have been prominently keeping the group, the Cover Girls, alive, rotating in the mix with the fans, just to bring Angel back and these other 2 scorned women that are trying to make a comeback. I just don't understand that. You see, that kind of baffles me. I'm going to keep it real.
Hold on. Let me see if I can try to bring him.
S.A.L Abatello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
That's S.A.L Abatello. He called in.
You hung up?
Who's that?
Who's this online?
Oh, hi, Latif. It's me, Sammy Zone, your boy. What's up, huh? What's good, baby? You remember me, the guy you called me phony and all of that? The guy, this is funny. It's like you're the one, you're preaching all of this nonsense to everybody on this radio show, but yeah, you call me a phony. My dude, I've been in the business for so long. And I'm not going to say I've been a superstar, but I've been struggling and climbing up ladders, but I've been cutting records, my dude, since the early 90s, late 80s, okay? For you to disrespect me and call me some phony. Why you call me phony? Why?
Sammy.
Because you said I was singing Envy
Sammy.
songs. Mind you, I'm the one responsible for Envy's career,
Sammy.
my friend. You know what's funny? I was the one that got Envy into the music business. I was the one who basically hooked the dude up. We had a group together. So you need to get your stories correct. Not only was I a part of that, my dude, but I was also a part of Spirit Matter, one of the most iconic old school freestyle underground groups in Florida and in the West Coast. See, I just don't understand why would you slander somebody like me, slander S.A.L, who's owned the clubs, who's put on huge concerts, who's created artists, who's written great songs. I mean, you really need to do your homework before you jump the gun and comment, because that is what causes all this trouble.
Wake Up Hype Morning Show. Ty Bless. Sammy Zone, we'll get back with you. We need to take a chill. Latif Mercado, he hung up the phone, I think, when Sammy got on. So we're gonna fix that. You're listening to the Wake Up Hype Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Try to
We back.
Alright, yo, sorry about
The Wake
that,
Up Hype
man.
Morning Show.
Yeah, my system went haywire with all the craziness. I had little technical difficulties, but I'm back now.
Yeah, then we had a little call issue trying to transfer calls, and Sammy's own called in, and he went haywire without us letting us know exactly who he was. We were actually expecting a call from S.A.L as well. So
yeah,
this is how we
this shit got heavy real quick. Yeah, this shit got heavy real quick. Nonetheless, yeah, Latif, thank you very much for your insight and allowing us to interview you again. I have a deep respect for you, regardless of whatever's going down and all the crazy bullshit drama. You know what I'm saying? You already know where I'm at. Yeah, this shit's fucking crazy, bro. Shit's crazy, man. Wow, this shit got heavy.
Yeah, man. Everybody has their points of view, and they have their lives that they're living, and the same respect everybody wants for themselves, they need to give to others, so then this way they could progress and be a lot more successful than what they're being. That's the bottom line in life, and period. And at the root of all the evil, of course, is the dollar bill, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. It's not, you know what I mean? I want to live better. But at the end of the day, everybody could and possibly could eat. It's just doing good business instead of everybody's trying to cut each other's heads off and move forward. And that shit gotta change, or nobody's gonna eat. It's gonna all dissolve. You know what I mean? That's why you got the leaders of the new school right here with you. The Wake Up Hype Morning Show. Ty Bless, Julio Mena. We in building every day 10 to 2. Tell a friend to tune in.
It's all in here, so you know what I'm saying? Oh, another thing, I gotta point this out, me, myself, as a man, I don't ever base rapport with anybody based on what everybody else does or says to anybody else. I'm very unbiased. If I'm cool with you, I'm cool with you 'cause we cool, not because everybody else. So if, not that anybody's trying to tell me or trying to, sway me to be anybody else or be any other way, that shit's not gonna go down like that. You feel me?
That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Everybody has to respect the fact that everybody has an opinion, you know what I'm saying, on what they see. And it's only their right to see things the way they should. I mean, there's his side, that side, there's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So.
By the way, I want to send a big, gigantic shout out to K7. K7 tuned in. My mans, yo. Good shit, brother.
That's what's up. I see the room is packed, y'all.
Yeah, still packed.
But we're gonna get Sammy's on. If you want to call in and get your piece off, call 813-398-0555. The Wake Up Hype Morning Show. I know a lot of people have opinions out there, so let's see what y'all think. You know what I mean? Keep it brief, though. We're not giving you a monologue. Keep it brief. Come say what you got to say within a couple of minutes and get out of here. 813-398-0555. The Wake Up Hype Morning Show. Let's get into some more music until they get back. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Give me. Throw me some. Can I get some hip hop real to calm this freestyle down?
I got a call.
We got a call. Let's do the call.
Hello, F.
Yo, what's up, my brother?
What's up, Sammy?
Guys, I'm so sorry. Look, I just couldn't take it anymore, man. I'm sitting back and I'm listening to this man disrespect one of the most iconic people I know in this business that I truly admire and I look up to, and that's my boy S.A.L. And we're not talking about just an ordinary cat who does bookings, okay? Just to set the record straight, I like saying my opinion, but my opinion is this: S.A.L. has written songs. S.A.L. has been a part of the production teams of songs. S.A.L. has owned clubs, and he has put on concerts, and he has done so much for this genre. He's given so many of us opportunities to branch and to become all that we want to be in this business. And I, for one, am one of those guys. All right? I, for one, am one of those guys where S.A.L looks at me, he'll give me a corner, say, yo, Sam, I'm doing a concert. He'll put me down on it, and I got much love and respect for that man. And you know what? This is a time where I'm only doing new school music. Now, to correct and go back, yeah, that's right. I'm going to say this right now. First time on the air, I did the vocals on the Ronaldo album. That's correct. I didn't do all the vocals on them, okay? But I did 6 out of 8 of the vocals on that album. So, I mean, I never went out there trying
Oh,
to
shit.
Hold on.
Call waiting.
Hold on, Sammy.
Slow down, Sammy.
Hold on.
Hold on, Sammy. You know, he's not going to stop.
Hello?
So, yo, Lex,
Hello,
switch it over. Switch it over.
Hello, LOF.
Ty Bless.
What's up, Sal? How you been, Sal?
Ladies and gentlemen, on the line. Give me a clap. Can I get applause for Sal Apatello in the room? Can I get applause? Where you at, Lex?
What's up?
What's up,
Sal
Sal?
is in the fucking building.
Welcome to the Wake Up Hype Morning Show, Mr. A. Oh, everybody's in the house, man. It's a packed house, brother. This is Julio Mena. DJ Lex, we're the host.
Cool.
Julio Mena, I know you speak to him every once in a while. He's the amazing singer artist out of Springfield, Mass. He's live from over there. You know. You can turn Sal up a little bit, Lex. What's going on?
Yeah. All right. I got into loud as I can.
Everybody
All
turn
right.
your radios way up. We got a freestyle royalty in here right now.
The
You know
king
what
of
I'm saying?
freestyle, in my opinion.
That's right, baby.
What happened to him?
What was that?
What happened to him?
No.
You missed
he's
him.
still there.
Hello?
He's still here. Yeah, we still got him.
Hello.
Yeah, we hear you, Sal.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so what's popping today? What's the conversation?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you were tuned in. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure you heard the meat of it all. We just had Latif Mercado. He just did an interview just a little while ago, had technical difficulty, and it got cut off. Then Sammy Zone called in, and you know, Sammy, he goes all the way for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
Sammy Zone, my man's. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So we got drama in the house today.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always drama, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We had drama. I wanted you to call in and talk about what, the positive things that you got going on. What's going on with Radio City Music Hall? What's up with that?
Well, first time ever at Radio City, and looks like it's almost sold out, and pretty exciting. I'm really happy for all the acts. The only one who's ever been at Radio City is Lisa. So for all the other acts, it's their first time, and they're really excited about it. I was a little shocked that Sugar Hill never performed there, and Slick Rick, but they haven't performed there. So all the acts are just really excited, and it's a great thing for old school music, and it shows how powerful it still is. And when you sell hard tickets to an event, it definitely is real.
Wow. The proof is in the pudding. Men lie, women lie, and numbers don't.
That is in the same month, and that's is going to be sold out. So that's like 8,500 seats in 1 month for music that is, over 20 years old.
And that would tell you that what you're doing business wise, your model is working pretty good. Like it's setting standards basically, right?
Well, I never gave up on it. I've been doing it for 27 years from the day I found it in the street. Well, I didn't even find it in the street. I discovered it before we even made records, and my history in hip hop. So when I came across freestyle, which I called back then Latin hip hop, I made the first record, which was Niobe, Please Don't Go, which was influenced for me by Kunga, by Gloria Estefan. That's where I came up with the type of flavor of the record. And, with second-generation Latinos in New York, and it was a movement just like hip-hop was. And I really put a club together surrounding the movement of young Latinos in New York, which was second-generation from their parents, doing salsa, merengue, and stuff like that. And luckily for me, I met a guy named Andy Panda who wrote Please Don't Go. And Niobe was 15, Andy was 18. I put them together in the studio because I believed that was going to be the new sound, and luckily for me, it was.
That's what's up. So you basically you founded basically the whole generation. You founded a lot of people's jobs that they have today. Right?
Well,
you would say that.
If you go back to hip hop, Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
Obviously,
exactly.
Russell Simmons was in my club when he was a kid, and I worked with him. He made he actually talked me into starting Fever Records, and he produced my second record, which was Love Bug Starsky.
Jelly Bean produced my first record, which was Games People Play. So I got some legends that, I started out with when they were kids. Leo Cohen, who was president of Time Warner. Miguel Melendez,
Wow.
president of Will Smith's label, who was my road manager for CoverGirls. So a lot of people came out of my camp, not just the singers, but the kids behind the scenes, the producers, Robert Cavillas, Little Louie. They went on to be very, very famous in the business.
There it is. I mean, what more can you say to that? I mean, there's a resume, and then there's talk, and then there's resumes, and there's going to be talkers, and there's going to be walkers. You know what I mean? And the people who walk is going to always be talked about, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? So you hear for yourself from the man himself, who I consider, like I said, that he's the king of freestyle. S.A.L would tell him. So it is what it is. So what else is going on, S.A.L? You got no exclusive announcements for me today?
Huh?
You don't have any exclusive announcements for me today?
Do I have any announcements?
So nothing exclusive to announce today?
Hey, we will be deciding in 2 days if a second show will be added to Radio City, so you're hearing it first here. It's not confirmed yet, but it looks 80% confirmed.
80%?
Yeah, we'll know within the next 2 days. Looks like all the groups are open for the night before, and that's Good Friday. So if we get a second show, it will be a Good Friday.
All right.
That's
now let me ask you a hot question, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is what a lot of people, what's on a lot of people's mind nowadays, as far as like S.A.L, Abbottillo, the whole fever movement. What do you think about the state of freestyle and where it's going today? How you feel about it?
Well, it's a music that was done back in the 80s, and it has a life that seems to be a lifeline that doesn't seem to be ending. Luckily for them, freestyle is probably going to take disco's place in the world of classic music. The artists of disco are right now in their 50s and 60s, so they're going to be phasing their way out, obviously because the fan base is in 50s, 60s, and 70s. So the fan base of freestyle is still in its 30s and 40s, and it looks like it's going to have a lot of legs left. I think it's going to last for another at least 10 to 15 years, easy.
All right. Now another question, because you are, I would say, the originator to bring out freestyle, and without you, pretty much it wouldn't be what it is now and what it is today. A lot of people speculate that you do not support new school people. What do you say about that?
Well, that's not what I do. I'm not a new school promoter. I am an old school promoter, obviously from my age group, my crowd. I don't have a young base crowd, so for me to promote, I don't promote new hip-hop. I don't promote new dance music, only because I don't have that access to that clientele to fill up a venue or fill up a nightclub. So it isn't like I don't support that music. I don't support it only because I don't have the fan base to make a successful party.
All right, that's understandable.
That's called being wise businessman.
No, that's understandable. Again, everybody.
How come
every
the new school promoters that could help
exactly
new school artists? And actually, you could ask a few artists. I have definitely put new school artists on the front of some of my shows in the past. Copacabana, I've done it at Lehman. I usually give everybody like one act a chance to open up for the shows, that's basically the only thing I could do, because you still got your theme. My theme is 80s and 90s, so I can't put an artist in the 2000s or current, because that's not the theme of the party.
No, I understand. I understand completely. I mean, you and I had this conversation a couple of times, and I understand and I know the rules, but, a lot of people, especially like, the newer artists nowadays, they tend to speculate about shit. You understand? Like, a lot of them, they feel that, they have this sense of entitlement that they feel, yeah, well, I'm putting in work now, so I deserve this and I should be getting booked with the old school people, not understanding that, the old school is a league in itself. It always has been a league in itself. It's up to us, the new people, to make our brand and to make our own mark in our own way, whatever way we can.
Right. Well, you have to find a promoter or you have to self-promote to get your product out there. Now, if I was to put on, let's say, 2 or 3 new school acts on a show with 14, 15 acts, that means I will be eliminating a Maribel, a C&R from Latin Love, a Nice and Wild, a Lydia Lee Love, and it's not fair to the people who are from the era to knock them out of those spots that they can't get on those shows because you're trying to introduce a new music, which I don't even have a record company. So for me, it doesn't make any sense. And then look at the problem I would have if I was taking the slots of the originators.
Yep. No, I mean that's understood. I guess it's just a matter of having the newer generation understand that. You understand? I mean, this is, it's like, say, for example, you're from the old school. I'm from the new school. By default, S.A.L, that I'm going to be new school all the way. This is what I'm going to run for. You understand what I'm saying? And at the same time, I understand that you're old school and that's what you're going to run for. You understand? We have a mutual respect, but at the same time, we're on 2 different planets pretty much.
Unfortunately, Julio, if you were born during that era or you came out during that era, you'd be in the mix because that's what I'm promoting right now. When I was putting freestyle out in the 90s, I couldn't get 2 handshakes. Everybody laughed at me. They ridiculed me that it was over, it was dead, it was finished. And I hung in there from 93, 94 to 2001 promoting music like I always did. See, nobody talks about that, how I hung in there with the original artists, the Cynthias, the TKAs, the Georges, Judy, when there was no work, when they were struggling, when they all had to go get jobs. I have a relationship with those people for 25 years since they were teenagers and kids. I gave a lot of them their first show. My loyalty is to these people. I have history with them. So if new school artists, they have to develop their own situation, their own promoter. They have to get their own thing going.
Exactly. This is exactly what I've been trying to tell everybody along the way as well.
I mean, if they ever wanted to sit down and have a round table, I'd be glad to sit down with them and try to give them some advice and teach them how to go about it or whatever knowledge I have.
Exactly.
But about me doing a show like that, I just don't have the outlet to make it successful. Plus, I'm in a position now where, I'm doing what I'm doing. So, but I would never not sit down with a young generation. I mean, that's what I do. My whole career has been giving young people opportunities to be successful. My list is far and my list is long, and my list is successful. Every freestyle artist I ever had on my label or that I managed, most of them never went on to make a record or go on to another situation. So I guess what I was doing was pretty good until the music just died. And that's what happens to all music. Hip-hop, disco, jazz, Motown, everything comes to an end. But what makes it successful is, does it have longevity? Obviously, freestyle is a special music that we're experiencing that has got 27 years of legs behind it. Looks like it's got another 15. So it is a music that people are going to have to, give acknowledgement to, that it's real. It has to be put in the history archive of music because 27 years later, it just filled up Radio City Music Hall. And the people of Radio City were like, who are these people? When we went to Mohegan and sold out, when we sold out Mohegan the first time, 10,000 people, they were like, who are these people? Who are these people that the records are 20 years old and we've never heard of them before? They never been to the Garden. They never been to Mohegan. I brought them to all these venues, and the thrill for me is to get an opportunity to bring them all there. That's the fun of this whole thing, that even now, after all the success of the Garden and Mohegan and Taj Mahal, damn, we brought them to Radio City. So for me, it's a thrill. You know, it's because it's a thrill for them. So when they walk into that building and they touch that stage, I mean, that's part of my legacy.
It's like going to the Hall of Fame. I can feel that.
It's like going to Notre Dame, baby.
It definitely is.
Wall.
That's what's up. But I've got a question. Does it ever hit? Does your creative side ever want to embark on any kind of a venture that would include new music?
No.
Does it ever hit you?
I stopped making records 18 years ago. The only person the last two people I made records for was Angel Cavillas when we had a deal with Jelly Bean, which he had some successful records. And then I made a record for Lizette and Cynthia because, you know, they're very close to me and I wanted to try to put something out. But I'm just not equipped enough and I'm not good enough in this era to put new music out. I'm just not in that. I don't have that situation like I had in the 80s and 90s.
I feel you. I hear you. And all you can do is respect it.
And they're not going to be successful. Right. So at this point in my life, I'm in the situation I'm in. I'm doing parties at clubs. I got a great outdoor party that I had last year in the summer. And what I'm doing is giving the people that I helped start off a continued career. You know, they got families. They got lives too. So, you know, it's just very rewarding that I could still work with people that I've worked with 30 years ago.
That's what's respectable.
That's definitely respectable. One more question for you. What words of wisdom would you bestow on all of us new up and comers?
Well, you know, the era you're in, unfortunately, is so different from the era that I grew up in and that I experienced during my day. The internet is flooded with a zillion people. I think you just have to. The main thing is you have to get exposure for live performances. And you're waiting around for other people to do it who really have no connection with you guys. You just have to find that situation, have a seminar, get all in the same room, put your heads together, and see how you can start self-promoting yourself. I still self-promote myself, and I'm 60 years old. It's hard work. I work 16 hours a day on the computer thinking these. I have parties planned out for June, July, August, you know, and I'm doing old school music, you know, so you guys could get together, have a seminar, put your heads together, and develop your own promoter, even if you have to be the promoter. If you got 10 of you together, you did a concert at a club.
I'm telling you.
You all sold 50 tickets each. Boom, 500 people. That's what a club wants to hear. He don't want to hear, oh, put us in, you know, how much money are you going to bring me? What are you going to generate? This ain't just about the singers. It's about the nightclub, the venue. They have to make money.
Exactly.
If they don't make money, there's no venue for you. If I wasn't selling tickets at all these clubs, they wouldn't hire Old School either. The only reason Old School still is getting work is because they're generating revenue. And that's the bottom line for the client. He needs to make money.
There it is, y'all. In other words, get off your ass, stop blaming and pointing the finger. Let's become the promoters. Let's become, you know what I'm saying? Let's become the club owners as well. Let's move forward and create your own venue so you can have a reason to have your music played and you can blow up just like everybody else did back in the day. They did hard work.
Because it gave me the opportunity to put my singers in, okay? So if somebody don't want, we can't sit around. And look, I go through the same thing with the acts. You don't think acts call me up, Nasser or Debbie Depp, how come I'm not on radios? You know, they have the same problem as the new school artists. So I have to worry about that situation also, about giving everybody else the opportunity that I work with. But there's only so many. Now, if you put an act into a club and only 100 people show up or 80 people show up, and that club loses money, he will not book groups anymore. So a lot of the groups go, how come you never book me? I never get a chance to get to you because after the first 3 or 4 shows, the club doesn't do well, and they kill the promotion. So I realized I had to start helping the nightclubs that I work with promote. That's why I stay mainly on the East Coast, because it's easier for me. I just did a club last week in Yonkers called Duos, and I had Lizette Melendez there. I also was the promoter. Place was packed, slammed, couldn't get in because I helped promote along with the nightclub. Now, if I didn't promote, maybe there would have been 50 less people, maybe 100. Maybe this is my third show there. So I taught the club how to help themselves, and now we got Sapphire going in. Once we're doing a promotion to help build up the club. Artists just think, how come you don't book me? You don't get booked because maybe you don't generate the cash that the client or the club or the venue needs. So, also old school. Right. They could get together and put on their own concert. People don't have to sit around and wait. I don't wait. I go out and, I hustle. I'm hustling every day.
Yeah, and that's why they mad at you, Sal. That's why they mad at you. Huh? If you got time to sit around and complain about the next man, there goes and lies the reason why you are mad, because he's walking and you talking. So get off your ass.
Here's another thing if you look at a lot of the artists who don't write their own music, don't play instrument, they have to sit around and wait for somebody else to do that. Hey, go to school, go learn an instrument, go learn the keyboard, go learn how to write music. You're sitting around waiting for me. And most people blame their failures of their careers on everybody else. You never hear an artist sit back and say, it was my fault because I didn't write, because I didn't produce, because I didn't play an instrument, because I didn't have a band. No. Oh, my manager sucked. Oh, my record company sucked. There wasn't enough. No, no one's blaming everybody else. Everybody's fault is for their career except their own.
That's true.
Words of wisdom from Mr. S.A.L. Abatillo. You know what I'm saying?
We thank you. Yeah. And we thank you for calling in today, my brother. Thank you, Big Papa S.A.L.
Yeah, thanks, Sal.
And congratulations on the
I'm
success
of. There, if the new school want to have a sit down and me
that's right.
throw in whatever knowledge I have that I can help them do it on their own or be able to get into a situation where they can help themselves, that's no problem.
Definitely. So you guys
I'm going on March 7th. I'm going to see. I'm going to a sit down with Clive Davis at the 92nd Street Y. So I'm gonna take what I learned from there. Then we're gonna arrange one with the Wake Up Hype Morning Show with Sal Abatillo, and we'll arrange that. We'll have a sit down with the new school. We know the leaders, the people that want to really do something that we know that's out there doing it, and we'll get better at it. That's all we could do.
Yeah. Well, I think the main thing, obviously, is self-promotion. So stop, we can't sit around and wait for somebody else. Neither could I. If I sat around and waited for a club to call me up to promote, I'd be waiting forever. I go to the clubs myself, knock on the doors. I drive all over the tri-state area. Every show you see, nobody comes knocking on my door. Once in a while, you'll have somebody step up, but you also, that might not be a good situation. I turned down a lot of situations because they're not good. I only do situations that I feel are going to be successful. So why do you hear most of my parties are well? Because they're well thought out, and I don't grab every situation. I'm very calculated on what I do, and that's what the new school people have to do. Like I said, I have a place, Split Rock. There's a nice big tent there. We could hold a lot of people. If they want to come, have a round table and sit down, and I'll try to help them and advise them and give them some insight on how maybe they could, get their situation going in 2013.
All right, let's do that, Sal. Well, let's arrange that date.
So,
Split Rock starts in May?
Be in charge of it,
yeah.
Get it together, and, we'll sit down
Let's do it.
Throw ideas around and see how we can help these people, get exposure and get their product out to whoever,
Absolutely. We're going to do it then. Thank you for calling, Sal.
Thank you, Sal.
God bless you and all that you do. Much more success, because you know what? All you're doing is setting it up for everybody. It's just to run with it. So let's do it. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you do.
All right,
I'll see you out there. I'm probably going to go to Lehman.
Shout out my
What's
charity
up?
foundation, the Yucca Roman Foundation.
That's right.
Ty, and Vivian, and I just want to give them a shout out because I always do.
Two of my best friends. Rest in peace, my babies.
Yep, we got our bowling fundraiser for the kids with cancer. Happiness is Camping on March 7th in Yonkers. And what we do is we send kids with cancer to a camp in New Jersey, only for kids with cancer, which is a good experience for them because they don't feel uncomfortable being around, normal kids that are maybe a little more athletic than them or maybe in better shape. So we went there last year. It's a great situation. It's a good it's a good charity, and that's March 7th in Yonkers at Paradise Lane.
That's what's up. I can't wait.
Actually, we have another one, April 26th at Stevenson High School, TKA and K7 TKA, and Slick Rick will be performing, and I'm putting together a fundraiser for the music department at Stevenson Bronx High School because the whole music department is in shambles there. So we're going to try to raise money and build a recording studio.
Nice.
So that'll be April 26th at Stevenson High School, and I'm going to have 10 of the students come up and perform. The best students in the high school will perform along with TKA and Slick Rick.
That's hot. That's a good look. That's a good look. So S.A.L does give back, just in case everybody didn't think so. Everybody thought otherwise. And man, he's gonna give back. He's gonna give back 100-fold when we do the sit down too. So thank you, S.A.L, for calling in. Thank you for all your contributions to the music, as a producer, as a writer, as a promoter, you know what I'm saying, as the overall godfather of what we do. You provide, you give people a forum to which they can earn money. Now they can turn around and complain about you, but not really, and not be respectful. And I think that's messed up. So I think we should learn from that. And everybody just heard the truth. You heard both sides, and let's keep it regular. Let's keep it moving. Class is class, everybody. Get your game up.
Adios.
Let's go.
All right, thanks, Sal.
Adios.
All right, brother.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to keep it moving. Let's go with some music.
Yes, sir.
This motherfucker burn. Get freaky with your daughter when these haters gonna learn. I'm a beast, so let's get brolic. You're still tricking if you got it. I just wanna cop that chronic with a bunch of alcoholics. Hey baby, what's your name? Just like growls, pop champagne on the floor. I do my thing. Shorty creeping on the man, feeling saucy in my swag, feeling flossy. Don't be mad. Smoking on some purple trash, pockets deep like A-Rod cash. Let's get that money. She be freaking it on the dance floor. Love the way she moves. That's right. Just look at her go. She getting busy right now. Just look at her go. Just look at her go. Go. She be freaking it on the dance floor. Keep it going. Love the way she moves. Just look at her go.
Hello. Who's calling? Hello?
Hello, who's this, Lex?
Yeah. What's up, Sammy?
I'm sorry, you guys kept cutting me off, so I don't know. I had to lower the volume down, so I didn't know if I was still on or not. But I love it that you guys got S.A.L on, man. That's what's up. So, listen, did I ruffle any feathers hard or no?
No, I don't think so.
All right, good. That's good. I didn't want to.